Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Vital it is. I say vital. I expect you're wondering why I called you all here today. I have disturbing news. I have investigated the matter quite fully. And the murderer is somebody in this very room. Wouldn't that be strange? Wouldn't that be weird? Like you get a memo at work, to show up. Like you go to the office and there's a Poirot there saying, and then like what? I'm in the. Wouldn't that be great? You'll be the guy like, yeah, no, I'm in the wrong room. Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're having a very pleasant day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're getting me out of steam. I've been out of steam all day. That's basically where I've been. Now, I've been kind of lamenting that I've been like underproductive, right? I've been kind of like, and then I like list the sort of like everything I've done today. That's quite a lot. It's quite a lot, but normally I've got a bit more zing, a bit more zest in me, right? Now today I'm like, I just need a vacation, right? I could really go for a vacation. Oh my god! I mean, maybe when there's not a war. That's probably it, right? That's probably it. It is. It's been quiet where I am. But oh man, I just wish it would stop already, right? It's just like enough already. But I think it's just building up. We've got all the outrage to deal with. Oh, so look, guys, if you want, let me know. I got that Trevor Noah piece as well. We can go over. You seem to like when the going over the what's his name, Oliver? Oh, was it last week tonight with John Oliver, the John Oliver one. I've edited that down, got rid of some of the waffle, and I'm putting that out as a separate video tomorrow. Right, there's I just saw one also a video I edited is just being posted by my friend the Rabbi Cooks. Rabbi Hanana Winner, go sub to his channel. It's a fun channel. He puts out like one main video a week. He focuses more on Instagram, but he puts out one main video a week where he's a very upbeat, he's much more a practicing rabbi, right? He's like a working rabbi, and so he's very upbeat. He gives like this 30-second sermon, kind of, and it's like about the time, and again, it's always I just kind of like upbeat, like about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then he goes into making something because he cooks. So what he's doing is all this Jerusalem street food. Right, so I do the editing work for him. I just sort of went out. So hey, one second, let me I'll find this channel. I'll put it in. I'll put it in the chat. But yeah, I just went out. So yeah, so I was listening to what I've done today, and I was like, it's a lot. But like normally I'm like, I can push myself. I like to push myself a bit further. I am a bit crazily driven, right? That is true. I would normally make an extra video or two today. Like I have them lined up to make. But here, like I'll list what I've done today, which I think is kind of. I've edited 2 complete commercial videos, right? I found out the Israeli army team do like a video a month. That's what they aim. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You can do that a day. It's like, I mean, they include shooting it, but like, really, they do. I mean, man, maybe they do more right now. There's a great one, okay, of this woman who's an Air Force pilot, and she is just smoking hot. I mean, oh man, let me see if I can find that. What's it? Because Israel blonde Air Force pilot. Let me see if it comes up on YouTube. Is this it? I think this is it. I can't remember because again, is that it? No. Hell, you know what? I'll just share the screen. I'll share this. Oh, here, I found it. This must be it. I'm sure I found it. Yeah, it's a news article about Israel's F-16 fighter pilot. Yeah, I'll share it with you. It's really cool. She's so hot. And she's so hot. There you go. I think it's this one. Let's have a look. Look, I'll pass forward to see if we see her out of uniform. See her out of a... No, I don't think this is the right one. Ow. No, not that one. Hey, where is it this one then? Man, I'm sorry. I thought I had it. But it's like, it's about her journey to become an Air Force. I think, is it this one? As her journey to become an Air Force pilot. And it's like they build it up, and then eventually, yeah, they take off her helmet. And she's like super hot, like great here. This is the one. And they don't even reference it.
I fly the F-15I, the best plane in Israeli Air Force. It's an American plane, of course. Very powerful and expensive. It has 2 engines, 2 tails, and it seats 2 people. It can carry...
All right, well, so let me fast forward so you can... So she takes the helmet off. You're like, wow!
Israel from very big threats. I'm proud of being here. I'm proud of flying the F-15I in very complicated missions.
Oh, no, wait. This is not it. They don't have a helmet off in this one. Oh, come on. That's just a cocktail. What the hell? Man, that's annoying. I really thought I found it. Let's try this one. Let's see if they take the helmet off in this one. I'm just going to scrub through it. See if I... Is it at the end? No. Oh, dang it. Okay, I don't even know how we got onto that. Okay, I don't know how we got onto that. But yeah. So, but yeah, listen. Okay, I mean, look, the whole Iron Dome thing is... Maybe you've seen the Iron Dome footage, right? That's crazy. Look, it's on my... I'll look on my WhatsApp, I think. Let's look on WhatsApp. My kids sent it in, but you've seen all the Iron Dome footage. Hang on, it's saying end-to-end encrypted. Okay, I thought WhatsApp was really very insecure. I thought it isn't it. I thought what's the name? Telegram was the secure one. Okay, okay, let me just show you. Well, the night there, we had a couple of was it air raids? Like we had a couple of air raid sirens, and I had to schlep down to the bomb shelter, right? Basically, yeah. It's like I said we sat outside. That's where my TV is. My youngest son was at home, so we got him to call in. So, can you send a picture on WhatsApp to let us know you're okay? This is the picture he sent at like 1:45 in the morning. So my wife's like, "What's up with him?" I said, "Don't worry, darling. He's just sleepy. He's sleepy." He's like, "Oh, okay." Where is it? I'm going back. Where is it? Is this it? Let me see if this is the one. No, I can't play it with the music though because it's going to get me copyright strike. I'll just look on. I'm going to look on the YouTube. So we'll look on the YouTubes because the one in over Tel Aviv is just freaking cool. Although there's a hill next to me where some friends live. Israel Iron Dome 2021, and they're very cool to see in real life. They really are. I mean, they really are. This is one of the famous ones here. Let's check this out. This is from the sun. Okay, fine. Yeah, only choose the finest. Yeah, that's gotta. Can you imagine? You're standing and look, dude, this is like my neck of the woods. It's so weird. You're standing there and all the worlds is happening. I mean, that's gotta be insane. 90% accuracy rate. It's just crazy. I like the ones where you hear them speaking Ivrit as they're calling it. Benziam, Benzona. Come in. Whoa! Okay, this is cool. Everyone's saying he's saying he's telling me to come in, but I'm taking pictures. Whoa! Yeah, I have to say that they're kind of cooler in daylight because you see them move like doing all that stuff. Who'd have thought the sun? The sun is your place to go for Iron Dome footage. Is that doesn't look like? Is that? Oh, it's Tel Aviv. I was going to say that might be Ashkelon. Oh, they're loud as well, man. You don't realize how loud they are until you hear one. Oh, the Iron Dome as well going off. Oh man. And you got to watch out for debris, right? You shouldn't be doing this, standing out there filming, because like debris is where most people get injured. So there you go. Keep me up to date. Fine. Let me get to the chat. Say hello to everybody. So anyway, that's probably why I'm a bit low energy. Oh yeah, so I edited 2 complete videos. I took that video from Tuesday of me going over John Oliver's thing and like edited it into some kind of semblance of like, it's like as you're saying it at the time, it's there's a kind of a flow, but when you're watching it back, you're like, whoa, okay. So I cut out slightly, but I say go check out the full one, so I'm not like cheating. So that's going up tomorrow. I had a video I accidentally posted for a minute, and then a bunch of you saw it already. I got that going up tomorrow. But yeah, so I did that. Did the thumbnail for this one was a pain in the ass. Oh man, couldn't, because you know what? There's really nothing going on, right? I mean that I know of right now. I mean it's like, how long can you do the John Barrowman thing and the Noel Clarke thing? Even though, yeah, their lives are ruined forever. It's like, but it's old news already. They're probably looking for a new target already. Those the sick weirdos who like to cancel people. Like, what is up with that? I honestly, I would much rather my enemies see the error of their ways, right? I mean, we become friends, right? I would much rather that, right? And that's basically the only time I'm really like have a beef with you. It's like, I feel you're like morally lesser than is acceptable, right? And then I'll probably have a beef with you, right? But that's bad. I would, I don't want to see them crushed and destroyed. I'd much rather them seeing them, because most of the time I don't like somebody. That's the same reason that they're miserable as well, right? That's the same reason that they're like, yeah. So like, I would like to see them get rid of it. I like to see them be happy, and not be the dick that they are. That annoys me. Anyway, so that's basically where we are. So anyway, Darren, how are you? Greece and Station. I hope all are doing right. Yes, we are. I am. Please, good Lord. GD Recon Rose is here. Mux Eddie is here. Darren M is here. This Arthur is here. Robbie Bonham, how are you, sir? Evening, all governor. Chris Solar is here. How are you, Chris? I think I've nearly cracked it on fixing the Forever Young picture. It's all about Tom Baker's hairline, which is way too inflated right now. He's got much too much of a Pertwee hairline. It's much of a bouffon, I would say. David Enke, how are you doing, sir? Ethan Berkheimer, how are you? I have been less productive than I want to be. I always am less productive than I always get about 2/3 done of what I want to get, but I want to get a lot done. Again, if I could just get another 8 hours in a day, oh man, would that be awesome? I just like doing stuff. Like I like achieving stuff. I am up for that. PD Rich, how you doing, sir? I'm not worried. I'm glad you're awake. I didn't think that you wouldn't be. But okay, I'm glad you're not sleep typing, right? Because that could be embarrassing. You could say anything like, "Not now, matron." No, don't put it in my mouth. Seeker Charlie, that's how you doing. Everyone is safe. Yeah, in fact, I think everyone's home tonight, are they? Let me think. My youngest son, yes, check. My youngest daughter, yes, she's come home. My oldest daughter, yes, she's living here currently. And my older son, yeah, we got full house. We're all there. Yeah, but again, you know, like I also not only that. I actually had a super productive day. Now I think about it. I changed the sheets. That's always a big deal. That's like a good 45-minute job for me. Okay, because you got to wrestle with it. And I changed the sheet, washed the sheets, and did a load of laundry, folded it and put it away, and then walked the dog. Played with the dog and studied a 2 sides of the Babylonian Talmud, and of course, yeah, prayed the morning and the afternoon prayer. So actually, yeah, I mean, so that's basically. I normally, I don't know, I can like I could have squeezed out, and there's a couple of videos. I got there's a screenwriting article which I can't wait. I can't wait to do a video on it. So unbelievably stupid. It's like. I got another screenwriting article we're going over tonight, which is The Infinity Doctors, which is not the rather good BBC novel, BBC Doctor Who novel, which I have. I like the whole book phase. You know, I would say BBC would probably be clever to bring that back, right? Do a missing Doctors range. I mean, not missing. Do a past Doctors range. I think they will do. They would do well. Yeah, I think they should have maybe do a Capaldi sequence. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit obsessed with Capaldi, right? But I think they would do well. I think they would do well relaunching a book series. I think the market is really there for that. Which is, I think that's the biggest market they got right now. I don't think they can't support comics because let's face it, the comics they're doing aren't that interesting. It's all very feminine. Here, this is what the current age has taught me, and this is after extensive research. I'm not really interested in feminine programming, right? If everything is majority women, I don't relate to it. I'm sorry, it's a bit. And then if you put it in like a sci-fi thing, and make it very like Discovery. Discovery is very very feminine. Not in a complimentary sense, right? Star Trek Discovery, because it just doesn't make any sense, right? There's no logical reason, right? Which I find men also are like that sometimes, but I've just find it's more normal that like my wife and my dad will make like a just insane point and they'll believe it. I'm like, and because they feel that way, it doesn't matter that it's not real. Because they feel that way, it is real, right? I think that's a fundamental difference between men and one of the fundamental differences between men and women. So anyway, so that's kind of how Star Trek Discovery works. It goes in like mood swings, much like Michael Burnham, right? It goes in like these weird mood swings. So that's essentially I think how that thing works. And I'm not really interested in it, like I'm not really up for. Like all these like super feminine things. I like. There's a new. I saw in SFX magazine. There's this. What was it? It's kind of like Blake Seven with women present. I don't know. I like. Oh God, more. And they're never any good, right? They're never any good. So I just was listening to the Big Finish Third Doctor's range, the new box set, and they got quite a cracking first story with a good idea set in season 7. However, you know, it's you know, there are I'll share. Let me pull up the audio, right? It's got a big finish, and it's otherwise a cracking story, other than this gaping flaw, which is like yawning all the way through it. Yeah, well, that's it. Big finish. We love stories as long as they got too many chicks. There we go. Let's go for. You've got this. There you go. So let me show you the cast list. Right, we have, I think 14 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 14 performers. So you got Bethan Walker, Issy Van Ryde. Is that a man or a woman? Let's have a look if that's a man or a woman. Issy Van Ryde. I'm doing Googling her or him. Issy Van Randwick. That could really go either way. I kind of think it's a woman, but who knows? Yeah, okay, woman. Fine. Okay, so we got Bethan Walker, Issy Van Randwick, Jennifer Sanying, Misha Malcolm, Avita J, Lucy Goldberg, Wendy Craig, Claire Corbett, Sadie Miller, and Daphne Ashford. Okay, so 10 out of the 14 are women. And it's just, so that gives you an idea. So one of the main characters in this, in that first story, which again, cracking little story, I'll tell you the premise in a second, is that it introduces a new sergeant for some unknown reason, and the sergeant's a woman. And I want to remind you, this is from 1970, right? 1970. It's like, this is so stupid, it annoys me, right? And it's not, so then you got her, we got Liz. By the way, Daphne Ashford as Liz Shaw, really good in this one. First one didn't buy it at all, didn't work at all. This one, she really, to me, sounded like Liz, right? I doubt Sadie Miller is going to sound like Sarah Jane, right? I doubt that. I've heard her in doing Sarah Jane. Unrecognizable, like there's not even close. I sound more like Sarah Jane than she does, like not at all, right? But it's all like the main character is this new sergeant they introduce, who's like her husband is at home, she's got a daughter, and like it's just like it's like it's so 2021 inserted into 1970, and it really hurts it. It really hurts it because it's stupid, it's out of context. It's like, it's kind of like when in, what was it, the Matt Smith story with Nixon, when what's his name, the guy who's in everything, the guy who's in every genre thing, who also his dad played the older version of him, whatever his name, you know the guy, right? Said to Nixon, like, who's your this fiance, the person you want to marry? Is it a Negro? And she's like, and he goes, yes, he is. And he's like, oh, because they're into same-sex marriage because that was the cause du jour of the day, right? And it was just so stupid. Like in '63, there was no same, like Mike Maxwell saying you're going to marry a carrot, right? It doesn't happen. So anyway, so you got her, so you got this sergeant. What's her name? Sergeant Atta, I think. Sergeant Atta. Then you got the villain, who's a woman. Then you got the villain's henchwoman, who's a woman. And it's just stupid. It's like it's just like, okay, you could have got away for the women villain, right? But if you're gonna have all these characters be women, then you got to have some kind of in-story. It's 1970 in-story explanation. Women weren't prevalent in them, certainly not in active combat military you know, because that was when, you know, you were able to acknowledge the basic genetic reality that women were physically weaker, right? You know, the thing you're not allowed to say anymore, because that was only back in the 70s when we weren't enlightened. Now that we know, right? A video a month is a normal uni student turn up? Bloody hell. I do that. Okay, I put out 3 today. Mother. What the hell? And I'm feeling underproductive. I have to say, I am happy though. I am streaming. This is totally the best part of the day. Don't again. I'm not sure if I said hello, but I'll say hello anyway. Tortural Gal. That's a good night. Shalom, Rabbi. I hope your family, you and your family, continues to be safe. I hope so too. Like again, where I am, I'm really like out, you know, out of the. I'm not in like a major urban area. I'm really out in the sticks. There's yeah. 1 second. I'll give you a map of Israel. Let me see if I can find a map of Israel. Google Maps, I guess. Google Maps. There you go. That should just find where I am, right? Oh, there you go. Now, can I zoom in? This is the screen. Right, there we go. I'll show you where I am. Now, do we see Israel? Fine. So that's Tel Aviv, that's Jerusalem. I think we're about here. Let's zoom into there. No, Nazareth, nowhere near it, mate. Nowhere near. I've been to Nazareth, but I went to a hotel there once for Passover. That was weird. That was weird. Okay, Herzliya Renata, that's near me. Oh, so I'm over here. I forgot. Right, so I'm I think over here. What? Okay, Elkanah. No. Rosh Hashanah, that's near me. Oh, there I am. This is me. Right, can I drop a pin? Add missing place? No. Add your business, report a data problem? No. Can I just drop a pin? No, apparently not. That's really bad. Is there a control over here? I can do it? No. Oh, no. Anyway, fine. So that's where I am. Okay, this is me. Woo! Look at that. Way. Fine. So if I zoom out, it did drop a pin. There you go. There you go. That's my look. Oh no! What other pictures I have? Oh no! I zoomed out a bit too much there. There you go. So yeah, that's Israel. That's where I am. Okay. Fine. Let's go back to Big Finish. Yeah, so the Unzal incursion. So yeah, so other than that, and if they had just made that a bloke, and then the character continued, what happened to Benton, right? I don't understand. Like Sergeant Benton was a thing, right? Like it seems it would have been much better had that role been played by Benton, because it was all about mind control and stuff like that. It was supposed to be very shocking. It would have made so much more sense if that was Benton, right? It just would have. And I think it was a mistake not to do that. I really do. I really do. Would have been so much better story. Okay, so basically, a bunch of people are taken over, right? And like in authority in the military. Taken over and forcing the doctor, Liz, and the brigadier to go on the run together, which is just a great premise. It's really fun, right? Let me zoom into that. It's really that's a really fun premise. You got it's not realized fantastically. There's like some robots in it, some drones, and the voice for them is just wrong. It's very 80s, and it sounds like more like Metal Mickey. Yeah, no, you can only do 280p when you're sharing the video. That's the problem. That's what slows down. So yeah, the sorry, I was just in PD Rich. So the 280p for that last video looked at. Yeah, so yeah, and again, John Coleshore's Brigadier is perfect. But again, that whole idea of the Doctor, Liz, and the Brigadier being on the run and being hunted by, you know, their unit soldier brethren, I really liked it. Would have been much more fun if Benton was leading the hunt for them, right? And like would have been a lot more fun. But sadly no. Also, you know, it's only a 4-part story, which is a bit weird for season 7. There was something in it that I totally forgot about. Like you after you got like the recap preamble thing, you know, episode 2, episode 3, you know, when they showed I forgot that you got this like the theme tune repeating and going, dude. I was like, why are they doing that? So and then I remember they did that in season 7, right? That's like it was the only season they did that in. And it's an interesting little season, I have to say. So it doesn't fit seamlessly into it. Again, those robot voices weren't good. I mean, they're called drones. Also, I didn't realize that they were supposed to be like humanoid robots. They're supposed to be like cybernauts, you know, from the Avengers, in army uniform, right? That's basically what. But I didn't realize that till episode like 3 or 4, right? It's like, and they've been in it quite heavily up until then. So that didn't make that was just, I think, clunky. So that's the first story. I haven't heard the second one yet, but that's called the Unzol Incursion. There is a sort of cliffhanger ending that there's like some other bigger threat coming, which I guess might be wrapped up in the second story, which is going to be a Sarah Jane Smith story, right? So as we're at Big Finish, there's more Big Finish news I want to look at. News. But yeah, let me get back to the chat. Just asked how are you doing, Adrian Smart. I can't believe you still think that the Timeless Child is a good idea. Oh God. Oh, we are going to get into that, Andrew. Yes. Retro Dickie, how are you doing, sir? So nice to see you. Digby Strawberries, how are you? Sadago 24. Tracy Thomas, how are you? Let's see what else is there. Tzvi Lebetkin, have you lost weight, Rabbi? No, I have not. Certainly not. Lockdown has not been healthy for me. Well, it was not healthy for. It wasn't good for many people, but it was super not good for me. I mean, like in a health manner. So yeah, no, I have not lost weight. I was just listening to Crowder before the coming on, and there was this. What was it? Tess Fowler? I can't remember. What was her name? Tess something or other. I think he said Fowler, right? Like from EastEnders. I can't remember. So who's like this very, very, very overweight person, this obese person who's into like being like fat pride. I'm like, yeah, that's weird. I like, don't beat yourself up, but like at the same time, don't revel. You know, like so that was like, that was weird. So no, I have not. In answer to your question, old media guy, how are you, sir? PD Rich says, yeah, and hit the like button, hit it now. You are correct. You know, PD Rich always there with a pithy idea that I should have gone for. Definitely subscribe. YouTube, and if you're still subscribed, if also make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube shenanigans are in place. They've noticed my meteoric rise, and I have made them darker. Their cheeks darken with envy. I do feel sorry for Americans that are doing it for, but much more so for Europe, since globalists have turned near the whole continent into a haven for the world's Wahhabi psychopath. Well, yeah, that's, you know, it's like they have a weird like desire to make a degenerate society. Like, if you're a criminal, we'll protect your rights. If you want to piss in the street, we'll protect your rights. You want to take a dump, we'll protect your rights. We are going to protect your rights. You know, like if you're a drag queen and you want to tell 3-year-olds how great it is to be a drag queen, yeah, it's like you're making a completely sick, degenerate society. It's not good. It's not gonna work out well for anyone. Write a Big Finish adventure. A Big Finish opens its annual short trips. No, never enter competitions. I would say it's. I mean, you can if you want, but like I never enter anything that I have I have little control and little chance of succeeding, of getting what I want, right? Which is a competition, right? If you want to buy a lottery, take it fine, but I would never enter a talent competition, right? Because it all that does, it devalues your talent because you're willing to give it away for free. So I know I would say if you want to do it for a bit of fun, do it for a bit of fun. If you want to do it as because the odds of you using that as a way in to your writing career are even if you're successful, but even to win is like, what is it, 1,000 to 1? There's a lot there. I mean, there's that going on. It's a very big, open submission, and then most people I see who do these things, I rarely see again. I remember, was it Rick Briggs won one year, and I remember his name because it rhymes with Nick Briggs, right? So I remembered his name. And nothing happened. I mean, honestly, what you're best to do is develop your own IP and try and develop an audience, right? And it's fun. I get it. It's fun to do this sort of stuff. It is. I mean, I rip things off instead, right? I do I do have an idea at one point to do like a Peter Cushing Doctor Who comic, and then that could like spin off into a whole series where we could do like Edward Woodward doing a version of the of the demons. That I would love to do that. Like if the movie series continued with different. I'm still not sure about who would be the second Doctor. Like somebody suggested Norman Wisdom. I don't know. He seems too comedic, right? I need somebody. How old Charlie Chaplin been at the time? He on the sick. No, he's too old. Maybe. Wouldn't that be weird if Charlie Chaplin took on? So how old was he in? 1 second. Let's see what year he was born in. You know what? I got to ask Charlie's London, who knows all of this stuff, right? So he was born in 1889, which means in 60. I was way too old. It'd be like 70. Yeah, he's way too old by then. Shame. He's about 20 years out. Who would be a second? I don't know. Let me catch up with the chat and then see if anybody suggests it. Retro Dicky, how you doing? I said hello to you. Well, it's always nice to say hello to you. I wonder what would happen if Unit got Torchwoodized in the 80s. What do you mean Torchwoodized? Let me know in the chat. What do you mean? That's an intriguing question. Okay, Chris Persia, how are you doing, sir? Disaster area, how are you? Yeah, that son, the one I showed you a picture of earlier, he's a disaster area. That one, the one who was clearly off his bonds. Yeah. How many times do you have to remind them the time is it just does. I mean, how you don't know that's beyond me. It's like just keep quiet about it at this point, right? Just keep quiet. Testicles, okay. Test Fowler on Crowder, right? Is that right? Crowder's not taking. Oh, I know that. Yeah, he is suing, and I'm up for that. Testing Patience. That was her name. Oh, Testing Patience. You watch me get that in real time. Still subscribe. I'm very glad to hear that. Let me see. Kronos Godwisen. I was expecting a completely different kind of degeneracy. I can always have different. I have a broad spectrum of degeneracy. Speaking of which, Blue Bonnet, how are you? Lord, there's one big ball of his anecdote escaping as a must. Oh, right. We can't do that. Yes, I know. You're so okay. I did enjoy Resident Alien. That was escapist. Oh, Superman. Okay, Superman and Lois, awesome. I watched that last night. New episode. I'm so happy it's back. It's fantastic. You know why it's great? Because Superman is unabashedly Superman, right? He's just good. He's a good, noble character, and he's very in character. And they're putting him in a new situation. He's a father of teenagers, right? And he's living in Smallville, and he's married. So it's very, very different, right? But he's still very Superman, and you get lots of good superheroics. And it's and he's good as Clark Kent. He's good as Superman. I really recommend it because that really is good escapism. And it ticks the woke boxes in that like Lois is a real character, right? Lois is like spunky, spicy woman, but it's still because Superman is so Superman. It's fine. And the Lana Lang in it is excellent. It's played by, I can't remember her name, the woman who was Vinny's girlfriend, I think, in Entourage, Emmanuelle Bougiveau. She's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But she's older now, so it's still very attractive. Like all companies and reality TV have a do they really? I don't know. I don't. I just don't see the point, right? I mean, it depends. I mean, there was that one on American Idol, Sanjay, who was awful, and they had to vote for the worst thing, and they eventually got him out, and they'll definitely skullduggery with that. But I think things like Survivor and stuff, they just people are crazy. They don't need to do anything. You just put the right type of people together. You get that guy, Russell Hantz, right, from Survivor. You put him in, you're going to get a crazy show, right? It's just going to happen. I know people like that. You put in a show, you're going to get a crazy show. Peter Sellers for the second Doctor. Kronos God with him. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You're spot on. And yeah, he would have been right up for that at the time, wouldn't he? Yes. I was the other guy I was thinking of was what's the guy? He did a sitcom, Dear John. I'll look it up. They did a American version of it, Dear John UK series. Ralph Bates, isn't it? I think it's Ralph Bates. Because I just kind of remember him being in Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, right? Because you got Ralph Bates, yes, because you did get a bit of booby in that movie. Let me see. Taste of Dracula Blood, The Horror of Frankenstein, Lust for a Vampire, Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde in 1971. Okay, one second. Who was Sister Hyde? Let's see who was in that. Starring Ralph Bates and Martine Beswick. Who's still alive in 79? So let's see if I can. I'll just share that screen with you. 1 second. I wouldn't want to deprive you. Oh, we should do a Hammer horror stuff with whatever the next salacious piece of artwork will be. There you go. We'll go back to that's who she was. Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. You did get a bit of I'm pretty sure you got a bit of boobage. I'm pretty sure. I'm like far from me to say that in any way coming close to a mature manner. But I do. I was very impressed when because on BBC Two I was like, woohoo. Tzvi Lebetkin got an adult post-war series made of it. It did? Get out of here! Get out of here! Really? Okay, one second. We're looking this up. Now. Where is it? There's no reference to it. Okay. Five. Listen, we'll look it up later. Let me get back to the chat because I did promise to finish it at one point. Oh man, it just Dipper Selak, you agree? I don't know what you agree with, but I'm glad you agree. I like people agreeing with me. It happens very rarely in real life, which is one of the reasons I love YouTubing. I saw the protect the guilty and do not protect the innocent. The college. It's not just the guilty; it's the degenerate. Like let's laud the degenerate because that's essentially what they are. The whole like drag queen going to going to like nurseries. That's weird, man. That's weird. Okay, if you want to be a drag queen, I'm up for it. That's your life. That's your life. And if you want to get together as drag queens, that's fine. I'm also like, you shouldn't have to wear a sack over your head when you're in public. You can walk around as a drag. I'm tolerant enough, but I do think it's probably a bad idea to promote it as a healthy and normative lifestyle. And again, I have no animosity to any drag queens out there. I'm sure you're all lovely people, but it's a bit weird. It's not, the norm. It's not up the normal beaten track. It's a bit strange. And I find, being a bit strange, especially sexually, is often, an uncomfortable experience, right? And it's like, I don't know. Listen, I'm saying go get therapy. I'm just saying it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. So, I don't think you should be normalizing something that is, by definition, a bit weird, right? Especially the kiddie winkles. It's not. Again, it's so many times, these trans activists will say, what's the name of the woman? Oh God, she was Jewish. It's so embarrassing. Like the deputy secretary of health or whatever. Oh God, she's so vile. Because she's probably a guy. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that might be why she's so vile. Oh man, I can't remember her name. She was suing Canadian hairdressers for not waxing her taint. She thought that was sexist, and they were like, "No, I ain't touching that. It's disgusting." Jennifer Yaniv, I think is her name, right? And then she was done called, I think, doing something a little bit strange with children. Maybe I can't remember. I think that's what that was. But that we do hear that kind of that because if you're a little bit strange, and you're off the beaten track, you might often be into weird stuff as well, right? Again, with the kiddie winkles. So, which I don't understand how that's so freaking popular. It beyond me. Listen, it's impossible to understand somebody else's kink. I get that. I get that. Listen, I'm not into feet. I know a lot of people are very much into feet. I've oftentimes been asked by the interwebs, do I want to watch a picture or a movie of somebody masturbating somebody else with their feet while they urinate on them? I have been asked that question. And my answer is normally, no, no. No, and granted, I've never seen that before. And I'm always up for a new experience, all right? I'm always up to experience something new and different. That's fine. That's fine. But I don't want to experience that. I don't. No. I did that. That's no. So basically, it's a hard no. I'm really not up for that. Adam there, how you doing? Maybe with best. Oh, you know who she is. Very good. You're a cultured man. Rick Melfi, alternate fourth Doctor. No, he's a bit late. He's too. It's the wrong age. Rick Mel would be like. You can't have him as. You could have him as an alternate sixth Doctor. That would be crazy. Okay, alternate sixth Doctor would have to be for me. Would have to be. Oh no, he's not well known enough though. I was going to say Patterson Joseph. It's got to be like a movie star of the time, right? Speaking of, by the way, I was watching Tomorrow Never Dies the other night. Freaking awesome movie. Pierce Bronson, Okay, problem being always tells me I'm saying his name wrong. Pierce. Now I'm paranoid. Pierce Bronson or Brosnan, whatever his name is. Pierce Bronson as Bond. As Bond, he was slated to be the Doctor in TV in a big screen movie in the 90s, directed by Leonard Nimoy. That would have been freaking awesome. Would have loved to have seen that. I guess Alan Rickman would have probably been the master in it. He was the main villain. They remained in the Mandrake for a bit, but then in the script they went back to calling him the master. Anyway, just a great Bond movie. That's just a real, like, Bond is basically a superhero in the movie. There's a whole beginning bit where he's like attacking this illegal arms bazaar in this snowy waste, and they got a nuclear bomb there. As the first they head with Jeffrey Palmer, the guy from Butterflies. The dad from Butterfly orders a tactical missile strike, not realizing there's a nuclear weapon there. So Bond has to fight his way into the fighter jet that holds holding the nuclear weapon, blowing up the sailfare, escapes the explosion, but is chased down by a couple of other MiG jets, which he gets to fly into each other. And he's like, at the end of it, he's like, "Where would you like the missile delivered?" So it's bonkers fun. Love it. It's just stupid villain. I like Jonathan Pryce. I like the Bond villain that I feel that could take Bond. Right, I think Sean Bean, great Bond villain. Right, what's his name? Javier, whatever his name, who's a douchebag in real life. Let me see, Javier Bardem, great Bond villain, like really good. Could you think he can take Bond? That's the essence of a great Bond villain. He's got to be Bond's equal, and I just don't think Jonathan Pryce in any way, shape, or form could take Pierce Bronson, right? I just don't think that there's no way it's happening, especially Pierce Bronson's Bond, because he was like a superhero. So he says no. P.D. Rich says no. No, what I was saying, I wish it got an adult series like Torchwood did in the 80s. That was on the table. Derek Sherwin was trying to get that made in the 90s. I got that somewhere. It's in one of the Doctor Who. It's in a Doctor Who magazine special. Doctor Who magazine special. It's from the early 90s. It's got Brian Blessed in it as a picture of a future Doctor. Yeah, it's a really cool little special. It was Derek Sherwin was trying to get that made for a while. Brosnan says Chris Persia is like one of this is why one of the world's greatest French. It was that you are just there with important information. That you're kind of like the guy who walks next to a politician that stops him like pissing on himself. Speaking of which, oh my God, Biden needs a guy who does that, right? Okay, I think I've worked out, what's going on with my current little war, right? I think I've worked out how and why things are going down. Okay, so this is my theory. The reason Hamas started the missile campaign, right? The reason Hamas started the missile campaign because they saw how weak Biden was, and like, what's he going to do? And he's kind of on our side, right? So that's why they started. So the reason that Bibi hasn't done a ceasefire yet is because Biden's weak. So I just think that might be the blanket thing between the two. The unifying factor. He's incredibly weak, right? So that's probably why the war started and hasn't finished yet, even though his base is having kittens. His base is like freaking out, which kind of fun. So he was doing this car thing. It was demonstrating a car yesterday. Again, I watched this on Crowder. Somebody noticed he was pretending to drive the car. There was a second driver in the car. That was crazy. Like, he can't drive a car. I'm like, who's really running the show? Kamala Harris? I don't know. Who's really running things? It does. I mean, again, his whole Biden's whole thing with Israel is weird. Like, he's been very, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, like, no, stop. Meanwhile, no, stop. Blair White called out, Jessica Neal. God, she's vile. She's vile. See, that's the bad. Look, this is the bad part of being Jewish, because when you get like a creepy Jew, like doing creepy shit, right? Like Genevieve or Harvey Weinstein, you're like, oh God, no, oh really? And they're always like such Jewish stereotypes. They're like the absolute anti-Semitic cartoon image of a Jew, like Harvey Weinstein. Look at him! Like, he looks like he just came off a Third Reich poster, right? He does. You might want to look at UK Google UK Twitter. They support Thasmin. Oh, I hope they do a Thasmin. Outside Production says, I hope they do a Thasmin. Yes, I want the Thasmin, because it's going to be a disaster. Wickmail, we have to use visuals. Wickmail was supposed to be the villain in the Dark Dimension. It was between him and David Bowie, amazingly enough. Isn't that weird? The Dark Dimension is essentially a Tom Baker story with cameos of the 7th, 5th, is the 6th in it? Yes, and the 6th Doctor, right? They basically the one of the 5th Doctor was awful. It was like he was there in a cyber war, and then he was like, "But don't you understand? There'll be nothing left to kill." And so I'm like, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that." And it was really bad. No, it wasn't fair. You're absolutely right. But they ask you these questions. They ask you, would you like to see it? No. How about Peter Bowles? Oh, that's interesting. I always thought, by the way, for the third Doctor, not Peter at all, but Edward Woodward. Again, I thought the thing would be really cool. But who would I don't know who would be good for the fourth Doctor? Like, you got to get that era of movie stars. Yeah, I'm gonna do Google British 1970s movie stars. Let's have a look. Let's see what they come up with. Normally they give you a list. Okay, let's see. List of the 50 top male actors. Let's see where there's Ronnie Barker, Patrick McGowan. Oh, Patrick McGowan. That would be wild. Whoa! Patrick McGowan doing a fourth Doctor. Christopher Lee's a bit too obvious. Going through it, let me think. Robert Hardy. Oh, Robert Hardy. Not Pete Posner. No, Pete Posner is too young. Michael Caine. Michael Caine as Doctor Who in the 70s. That's interesting. I'm just going through the list of the top 50 actors. Ian McKellen, what was he like in the 70s? They have Tom Hardy here. Tom Hardy would be an awesome rogue trooper, right? Wouldn't he be great? Michael Crawford, interesting. I would like to see Michael Crawford. These are all good choices. I'm up to 35. Fulton Mackay, he was didn't they? No, they was talking about him being the Doctor at one point, I think. No, that's Michael Benton. Let me see. Matthew McDowell, too obvious. Mackenzie Crooks, too weird. Mackenzie Crooks Wuzzle Gummidge. It's just scary. I haven't seen it. It's just scary. Yeah, okay. So I think that must be said already. There was nobody better. Michael Crawford's a good one. Michael Crawford, Michael Caine. Going back through the list now. Michael Crawford, Michael Caine, not Richard Briers. Patrick McGowan. I'm kind of leaning towards Patrick McGowan, right? I'm kind of leaning with Patrick McGowan with that. Okay, fine. Peter Bowles, right there. Peter Bowles wouldn't be bad. That's Robo and Killy Chow. How you doing? Well, remember that I don't think that she picked on Asian beauticians who couldn't defend themselves for it. Wait, who was that? Although we should look at the Demi Lovato thing, right? Adam Rickman would be Fab Doctor as well as Fab Master. He could play both roles. I always like the idea of they're doing an American version of Doctor Who. Right, I like again. Everything will be Roger Moore as the alternate Fourth Doctor. Yeah, of course. There is no other choice. If you can't find it, a series with Peter Bowles called The Irish I.M. Yeah, no, I know Peter Bowles. Peter Bowles. To me, Peter Bowles. It will always be. Not The Good Life. To the Manor Born. Basically, The Good Life with a different, with a slightly different premise. But yeah, not that different. Webber would have been great Third Doctor. Loved him in The Wicked Man. That's why I want to do a graphic novel of the Demon, of a movie version of the Demon starring Edward Woodward. Maybe starring Twiggy as well. I have Twiggy in it as well, who was popular at the time. Chris Lloyd, fantastic background bands like Chris Lloyd. Yeah, it would have been excellent as a Doctor. I love to see him as American Doctor. Did you ever see that here? We'll watch that. The YouTube American Doctors. Where is that? YouTube Doctor Who USA. Oh, here it is. This is really cool. If you've never seen this, it's very cool. Second chest. Then we actually might get to some news stories.
I've been in this racket for 15 years. You know what I've done? I have done it all. Without my imagination, I wouldn't have a sense of...
Wasn't that great? The Dick Van Dyke as Second Doctor, Burgess Meredith as the First Doctor.
I should explain that my presence here could either be termed as circumstantial.
I mean, obviously, Vincent Price, the Third Doctor. Now it gets interesting.
Now then, precisely what is it that you wanted me?
Isn't that great? Gene Wilder.
What really went on between Marilyn Monroe and the Kennedys? Who really pulled the trigger on JFK?
Again, Carl Clark, and I think that pretty much nails it perfectly.
I'm telling you, you're in one very big surprise.
Now, I would much rather have that than Colin Baker. I hate to tell you. I love Colin Baker. I would love to see that.
You were right. I am not human.
That's interesting.
Sized up the strength of the enemy forces. Next week, I go for first strike. All out victory.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum. Good casting. I like it. See, it's Doctor.
There's something wrong. The ability to take action and the responsibility to take action.
Oh, perfect. I love Sam Rockwell.
I ask you now to prepare for war.
When it's over, we can have the luxury of debating the morality of what we do. Oh, never underestimate the power of men.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty much up for all of these.
I never spoke to do that way before. Maybe it's about time.
Leave me alone, or I will destroy your whole planet.
Can we talk this over?
Yeah, can you hear it? Do we need to turn it up? Hang on a second. Oh, there we go. That should be it.
Hey, don't open that! It's an alien planet! Is there air? You don't know!
Seems okay. Shouldn't somebody be going to find a doctor? You won't have to look very far, Mr. McGee.
Yeah, I mean, this just really works perfectly. I have to.
This.
An ambush.
FBI.
By the way, this movie, Moon, Sam Rockwell should have got the Oscar for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. He plays a dual role in it of himself and himself. Just incredible. Sadly, what's his name has never done better than that. What's it called again? David Bowie's son. He's supposed to be doing the Road Trooper movie now. Yeah, Gene Wilder. I love that. I never thought that. It's really cool.
Stop.
Dream it in this way.
Our fate was decided long ago. The old order is gone forever. Now we too must crumble into dust.
After we met, I abandoned my evil goal to focus on writing my own timeline instead.
I would say this is really one that, I mean, the only one I saw that was as good as this was the fake trailer for the second prequel. It had like Braveheart. They had like the battle scenes in Braveheart, and they painted on lightsabers onto all the swords. Right, I love Murray Gold. Don't you miss Murray Gold? I mean, this is such Doctor Who, right? Like that 10th, I mean, the 11th Doctor theme. It's just pure Doctor Who. It's exciting. It's adventure. It's optimistic. It's just nailing it perfectly. Which I really think that era. I just love that era.
There will come soft rains and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their whims on a low fence wire, and not one will know of the war, not one will care at last when it is done. Not one would mind neither bird nor tree if mankind...
that movie Moon again, freaking awesome. If you haven't seen it, it's so worth finding.
Perish utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know we were gone.
You know, I was just thinking if Big Finish was smart, and I'm not sure they are because they're really going hard woke. If they were smart, they would find some kind of funding to propose doing a War Doctor cartoon, right? A War Doctor cartoon movie. I think that would do well, right? You get what's the name, that the guy in doing it who's doing the voice. I think that'll go down really well. There we go. 1 second. Fine. So I vowed not to, speaking of Big Fish, I vowed not to get this. I'm like, no, you fooled me too many bloody times. No. So now I saw this cover. They might have talked me into getting both the 6th Doctor and the 11th set and this one. It's going to depend. I haven't read this yet. It's going to depend if they talk me into it during this article, right? So they got that. So if they win me over at this point, who will be the American Jodie? God knows. There's nobody that bad. I guess. Who will be the American Jodie? Michael Burnham, obviously, stunning and brave. So stunning and brave. So so we got this this article to get me into buying this because I say, listen, they got the Tom Baker. They wheel out the Tom Baker. They wheel out the 11. You get me noticing, right? You get me noticing. But it's been Big Finish. You know, you had to have that Sergeant be a woman in the 3rd Doctor thing. Yeah, you had stupid move. Dumb move. Could have really made it much better if you didn't do that. Due for release from Big Finish Productions, unless somebody gets cancelled, right? Unless Eleanor Crooks get cancelled, or Christopher Naylor, or Mark Bonner, or Tom Baker. What happens if Tom Baker gets cancelled? God, nobody posts anything with him like doing the blue audios that where he's like the outtakes from him doing audio voiceovers. Nobody put that online. He said something bad somewhere, right? Nobody do that. He can't get cancelled. They could take out Captain Jack. They could take out Tom. Okay, nobody post anything about Tom Baker that the crazies may find out, right? And we don't want the crazies to find out because they're crazy. Okay. They're crazy. And we guys got to remember, they're crazy and they're around. They're real. It's packed full of, so we go in, blah, blah, packed full of alien adversaries. Alongside previously announced Ice Warriors, these ventures also find the unit team battling Malevolent Time Lord the 11. I'm interested. Through the streets of Edinburgh and beyond, whilst teaming up with the mysterious curator in the Under Gallery. So what about, is the 11 teaming up with the curator, or the unit must be teaming up with the curator? Volume marks a brand new era for the unit team and beginning a new 4-box set of adventures. So I think this is actually the first in a whole big story arc, because these two, Chris and Naylor playing, what's he called again? Was it Harry Sullivan and was it Eleanor Crooks? I think her name is. They're the companions of the Fourth Doctor in an upcoming box set. So these characters carry over. So I'm intrigued. So Elliot's got the Ice Warriors in. You're talking me. Let's see if you can talk me into it, right? The enemy won't be on, starring Andrew Smith. Now going against it, the unit audios have been hit and miss. They've never been good because they're unit. They've only been good because they had other monsters in them. Hang on 1 second. Let's open up my my iTunes, and we'll go through the unit adventures in a minute. Because they've always had to bring other people in. Fine. So in the end and beyond, in a unit facility beneath. Oh, 1 second, just open up. That's much quicker than normal. Do I have the unit stories over? There we go. Fine. Let's just change this over for a second. Change this up. There we go. This one. Chrome tab. There you go. Share. Fine. So this is no, we don't, leave me alone. What we're doing? Cancel. Okay. That was weird. I thought the thing saying download came up. I thought it was on the screen. It was just over the screen. Fine. So the first book set is called Extinction. Has the Autons in it. Second box set, Shut Down, essentially forgettable because it has nobody in it that you remember. But like, the Autons Invasion was quite good because they have them 3D printing themselves, which was kind of fun. But you're never really that like, oh, it's the unit people. It's like, oh, I like hearing the Autumn people. And quite frankly, Ingrid Pitt's character just annoys both Ingrid Pitt and what's her name, Vanessa Rego character just kind of annoy me. But truth be told, the third one was the Silence. It was good because the Silence were in it, right? We like the Silence. They were like, oh, they're there too. Unit Assembled is the only one I would really strongly recommend because you got the original unit team with the current unit team, and I'm kind of glad they built up the unit team just so they can put them together. But this was a strong one, right? This was a pretty strong one. That one's a recommend. Fifth one, individual encounters, more monsters. Then they bring in the War Master and the Cybermen to sell that one, and then Visitations is like going back to ones in the past. Incursions, I can't even remember. But again, it's like going back, with a song. I can't even remember what the hook was with Incursions. But you see, it's always the unit with something else, right? You're never like, oh, I need more unit. No. It's like they're always like, unit and we'll give you a hand job. Really? Okay. Unit and a hand job. I'll take that. So let's see what they're doing. In a new facility beneath Edinburgh Castle, Kate and Osgood work to unlock the mystery of a stone arch discovered buried in prehistoric rock formation. So yeah, listen, I kind of find Kate, just her softness a little bit irritating. Her soft smugness irritating, but at least she's efficient. That's really the biggest problem with Jodie's. I think the biggest problem with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, right? It's not that she's smug. It's not that she's stupid. It's and she screws up all the time. It's that she's both stupid and smug, right? Inefficient, stupid, and smug. At least Kate Lethbridge-Stewart is smug yet efficient, right? But I still, not so interested. When the Arch takes one of their number away to a strange, bleak world, it leads to an encounter with a Time Lord, one with multiple personalities. Soon the 11 is loose on the streets of London and plotting to seize the Arch from UNIT by any means necessary. I'm on board for that. Andrew Smith is a solid writer as well. So you're winning me over so far. Okay, let's see if we get any wokies coming up. Fire and Ice, John Dorney, solid writer. When Kate needs Harry Sullivan's help with a threat from the 11, she and Osgood travel to Australia to meet him. He's there with Naomi Cross investigating footage of a UFO crash turned up on social media. But he's like, how is he his current age still? Okay, that's I think they are going to deal with that. I would have thought. They find themselves caught in the middle of a conflict between the Ice Warriors, and one Ice Warrior isn't so icy. In fact, she's red hot and getting hotter. So, okay, you're earning my interest here. You're earning my interest. A series of jewel robbers in London, and the home counters draws the attention of UNIT when it's discovered that some of the stolen gems have alien origin. She did the same thing before. Lisa McKeon did. Let me see what else you've done. Alien Jewels. That was done in the 10th Doctor and River Song box set, which was pretty darn good. Okay, no, that was another female author. Fine. Listen, she goes back quite. I think she's reasonably solid, right? I mean, she's not like she's competent. The robberies are the work of an organized criminal gang led by East End villain Ava Drake, but Ava has a new ruthless partner. 11 has promised her riches. Okay, fine, more 11. Dreams and riches with that. Riches, and for him, the gems are a means to defeat UNIT and regain the Arch. They really are talking me over into this one. The Arch is taken to the Undergallery for safekeeping under protection of the curator. When the 11 penetrates the gallery security, the curator initiates an emergency plan. He and UNIT play a game of cat and mouse. Okay, you win. Fine. Cat and mouse with their pursuers with the Undergallery original location, Hampton Court Palace. I think you won me over. What month is this coming out in? Let's have a look. Nemesis 1 comes out in November. Right. So when's the 11? Was it $20 of a pre-order? When's the 6th Doctor and 11? I think that's around September. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not there. I think it's September. So, does this lead into that, you think? But this one doesn't look as good. I mean, do you think they're connected? See, you're getting the completist in me, aren't you? I mean, Lizzie Hopley's not that great. I have to tell you. Lizzie Hopley, more like Lizzie Hopley. Yeah, wait one second. Let me see before I get on. She did, yeah. She's the one who did the jewels. Mediocre to competent, right? I wouldn't go as far as say good. Nah. Yeah, this was still a miss, I think, for me. Especially with how woke Colin Baker's been. Let's read it over. The 11, a time-lord criminal whose past selves all live on inside his head, chaotic yet brilliant, has been one of the Doctor's most persistent and dangerous foes. Now, with a companion of his own and on a wavelength of his own, he's making his greatest play for power. I don't think they're connected. Can the Doctor and Constance stop him, or are they going to get caught inside his web? One for All by Lizzie Hopley. Again, the people of Molaris are in two minds, quite literally a world of dual minds inside single bodies. Hate it already. Okay, yeah, I'm out. It's like one of those. It's kind of like all cutesy, feminine. Unique opportunities. 11 with his new wife, the mutant alien Miss Cavall. God, I hate it already. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Constance discover a derelict TARDIS, but are they walking into a trap? Yeah, I hate it already. Murder of Oliver Akron. The global president of Molaris has been assassinated. The authorities believe the killer is in custody, but which of his personalities did the deed? The truth will emerge in the recollections of a madman, but there's more to one side. So that sounds like a two-hander. Right there, that's like a cheap two-hander. Molaris has a new ruler, the wise man of 11, alongside 11 called Scavel. His many in mind. I bet the Doctor's not even in that second one. Guiding every aspect of a successful government, but the 11 has a plan to elevate people to a new consciousness, and he's not resisting. And he cannot resist inviting the Doctor and Constance to witness his ultimate triumph. Yeah. It sounds like he's not bloody in that, the second one. Yeah, no way. They don't sound connected. Thank God. Whew, that sounded rough. See what else is coming out. Is there anything else? Anything else new come out yet this month? Ravagers was good. That was good. I was still waiting on Avalon and what's it called again? Avalon and Thunderbirds. Looking forward to it. Fine, let's go to Bounding in Comics and talk about Demi Lovato. I mean, really? Do we have to? Yes, we do. Demi Lovato's been bad, so we have to talk about it, okay? You know, it's just the way it was. Let me see. There's a new story up. G.I. Joe creator Larry Hama defense changes to Snake Eyes in upcoming Henry. I don't care. Yeah, doesn't bother me. It's like whatever you want to do. The Netflix announced a new spy series starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. What? Okay. How about for that? That we're checking out. Get the hell out of here. See, Netflix, you're earning your money. You're earning money. Netflix announced a brand new spy thriller starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Top Gun Mavericks Monica Barbaro in a partnership with Skydance Television. Man, that's good. That sounds like it's going to be good. Skydance is Skydance. Is that what's the name? Titanic. I think it is. Or is it? I can't remember. Skydance is James Cameron. Is it James Cameron? Okay. According to the press release, the series sees Arnold Schwarzenegger as a veteran CIA agent who discovers that his daughter, played by Barbaro, also happens to be in the CIA. Oh, whoopsie. Okay. The official log when father and daughter learn they've each secretly been working as a CIA operatives for years. Okay, so they're spies. Okay, fine. They realize their entire relationship has been a lie, and they truly don't know each other at all. I guess it's a cute premise. It adds force the team up as partners. Our series tackles universal family dynamics set against the global backdrop of spies. Fantastic answer and humor. So when are they dropping this? The show is helmed by Nick Zontara, who previously worked on Jack Reacher and the Fugitive series. They did a Fugitive series? What's that on? Wow. I mean, I remember one from years ago. I mean, not the original one, but I remember one from like, I don't know, about 10 years ago. Could that be it? That's probably it. That's probably it. A second, I'll get my camera back on. See, like Arnie's sort of sparing us from Demi Lovato. And also executive producer along the way, blah, 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 blah. Okay, when? I'll be on pumped, start working. Okay, fine. Netflix did not provide a release date for the series. The title has not been announced. Okay, fine. What do I make of it? I want to watch it. Yeah, I have Netflix. I hope the world doesn't end. I'm looking at it. I'll be dead tomorrow. I'm up for that. That looks like it's going to be good. Yeah, really. And listen, Netflix has a diverse audience. Who's going to watch that? Here's one. The Netflix partners with radical activist Miss Marvel. Listen, she's right, Miss Marvel, right? They mainstreamed her. She's not radical anymore. Here we go, Demi Lovato. So I'm going to give you my quick take on it. This is partially pandering. Partially it's a way, I think, of going from being, a sex symbol to bit thicker, right? I mean, it's a way of like it's not that she's unattractive, but she's not like a stick thin, young looking girl anymore, right? And I think that's probably what's going on, right? I think that's like being trans at this point, kind of like let's see if I can find Demi Lovato young. God, I hope it doesn't come with them too weird. But like when she was young, I mean, I remember my kids were really into her during the camp rock phase, right? And look, she probably had to starve herself. She probably had to here we go. She probably had to Billy Piper herself, to be like this. Yeah, I'm gonna share a picture in a second. Just opening up. Share screen. So fine. So that's like unattainable fantasy goal. I get that, and she probably had to torture herself for several years to look like that. She's getting older now, right? She's getting older, and she's got like an older, like I don't think she's like looks terrible, but again, she's so. I think she's decided I don't want to be, this is how I deal with that. So she's got the short hair. I'm like, for God's sake, I tell you, this is just like, I am not sure this. I had to meter myself right there. I am not sure this is as healthy as the mainstream thought is. I'm just not sure. I think this might be a sign of ill health, right? And I mean her no ill will. Yeah, let's see what she's going to say.
This is 4D with Demi Lovato. Living in the fourth dimension means existing consciously in both time and space. But for me, it means having conversations that transcend the typical discourse. I want to take this.
How much more typical does this discourse get? I mean, yeah. And again, it just seems to me that if she's non-binary, she seems a bit feminine. I don't understand how it works. Doesn't it look like a lady with short hair? If that's non-binary, I'm like, okay, but why couldn't it just be a lady with short hair?
This moment to share something very personal with you. Over the past year and a half,
I don't think it's that personal at this point, really. I think, a publicist must be over the moon, right? There must be like, this is the greatest thing ever.
I'm doing some healing and self-reflective work. And through this work, I've had the revelation that I identify as non-binary. With that said,
it just sounds like she's been badgered into that to me, right? it sounds like somebody's gone through a re-education camp. It's like,
I'll officially be changing my pronouns to they, them. I feel that this best represents the fluidity I feel in my gender expression and allows me to feel most authentic and true to the person I both know I am and still am discovering.
Okay, well, I have a few questions. What does it mean for your gender to be fluid? I don't understand, because it looks like you're still fluid in a solely feminine direction, doesn't it? It just looks like you've got a short haircut, but everything else, you look pretty feminine.
In this first episode, I'm excited to share with you what this means to me and what it may look like for other people. I want to make it clear that I'm still learning and coming into myself, and I don't claim to be an expert or a spokesperson. I know this might be a new conversation for many, so I'm inviting my friend Alok, someone I trust, to spend time on this platform. Alok is an author, performer, and an important voice within the non-binary community and beyond.
Okay. Sounds like Alok is a handler. Okay, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like, when somebody got into like the Scientology, they weren't allowed to go out on their own. Alok sounds like this person.
Beyond. Their work to create visibility, equality, and understanding has inspired me on my healing journey. We'll discuss identity at large, but also take the time to personally reflect on how I came into my truth so that we, like many others, are...
I have to tell you, I'm really interested to hear the story, right? I mean, I'm genuinely am, and I'm not goofing on it. Like, it's because of me, this is just like insanity. It's just a foreign thing altogether. I don't understand it, right? Don't understand it at all. So I'm really interested, though. Like, I think she's sold herself a bill of goods she doesn't necessarily believe in. But listen, firstly, I wish her the best, of course. I mean, but I think she doesn't really believe this, right? So I'm interested to hear her journey because I'm just that's the vibe I'm getting from it. It seems like this Anouk person might have had a little bit of influence.
Are able to live our lives authentically. In just a minute, I'm going to share space with Alok and dive deeper into this conversation. This is 4D with Deb.
I mean, honestly, this isn't popular, but I think living authentically, we don't really do that, right? We don't. That's not necessarily a good thing to live, your authentic life, because like sometimes people want to do, like, let's say somebody wants to murder somebody else, and they don't do that because they think it's wrong. But they say, well, am I being inauthentic? And I go, I'm not advocating going murdering anybody. That would be bad. Don't do that, kids. However, I don't understand how, I mean, you could say I'm living my authentic life that way, right? I listen, totally, I get it. When she was like skinny as a rake and like, that probably wasn't her authentic life. I do get it, right? It's there's definitely I think it's definitely probably quite true. But I just saw Jonathan Cox is here as he's leaving. Sorry, I just think it was living one's authentic life may not be the way to go. That's basically what I'm saying. If your authentic life isn't like, something like, let's say you have a prejudice against somebody because of a hair color, right? You don't like people with that color hair, and so you meet to that prejudice. You have that weird prejudice. You meet it, but you say, "Well, I'm being authentic. I gotta go unprejudiced." No, maybe go with the person you want to be rather than go rudderless. That's what I would suggest, right? That's 100% what I would suggest. Fine, let's have there's something I want to look at. Yeah, James Dreyfus interview. This is interesting. What's it like to be cancelled? Yeah, that's just going. He's made it to the Country Squire magazine. That's it. You made it once you're in Country Squire. It's a big. There we go. Fine. Obviously, with your fame has come a high profile. Like J.K. Rowling and others, you've been targeted by Twitter trolls for your stance on the trans lobby. Indeed, you have been slammed as trans actors have been misogynic guys in skirts for waging war of hatred on Rowling. They can be quite vicious. No, I could go on for days at the lamentable state of social media. But let's say this. A lie goes around the world before the truth has finished putting its boots on. So true. Absolutely so true. I tell you, I had, again, this local situation where a bunch of people wanted to cancel me. Like in real life. It was bizarre. But they couldn't do it based on what I'd actually done. So they just made up a story. And they all just went with it. And they're like, yeah, okay, well, it's just the way it's going to be. They made up a narrative. It's incredible, right? I'm still amazed because they're all supposed to be like religious people, and just like I don't get it. Okay, so I like going around the world before it puts the boots on, and even when it has people are not interested. I signed 2 letters, one asking for an honest and open debate with Stonewall. The answer naturally reflected their name, and the other one was in support of J.K. Rowling. In light of the fact her words have been intentionally twisted and grossly misinterpreted. I also had not cis in my Twitter bio. That alone was enough to get me fired publicly without prior notice by Big Finish. Listen to this. He's dropped 5 months by Big Finish, the audio company who produces Doctor Who episodes, and have me branded as a transphobe overnight, capitulating to an aggressive, offensive mob. They do. Listen, I don't know if they capitulated to aggressive offensive mob with John Barrowman. Certainly they did over here, against whom I had to defend myself vigorously. Big Finish folded immediately like sodden cardboard, thus enabling and perpetuating a vicious lie, a deranged game of Chinese whispers. Yes, by capitulating to this insanity, you do not make the world better. Issue played by sociopaths and cowardly collaborators. Go figure. Vicious is putting it mildly. Insane would be more apt, right? And I think that's all he talks about. Isn't that crazy? Right? Like, honestly, I make my life hard by having principles. Right, by having a backbone and saying, "Well, I can't stand with it." I can't stand it. A lot of my trouble is this, right? A lot of my trouble in life comes from this. Battlestar Galactica. There's a scene in it, right, where they find the Pegasus, right? Remember they find Pegasus, and then Chief Tyrrell accidentally Tyrrell and who was it? Hilo. Accidentally kill one of their personnel who was trying to how can I put this attack Boomer in a very intimate fashion as part of a sanctioned torture methods, right? So they stopped that happening, but they pulled him off and they like banged his head on a thing on a bolt in the wall, and he died. Right. So then Hilo and Tyrrell, right, the Chief Tyrrell were arrested, and they would try and they put to death, right? And so what was it? Adam was just hearing this. I hope you see that. I was like, Adam was just hearing it, and it's just a brilliant piece of music where he goes, no. Right? He goes, no, I'm not going along with this, right? I'm not going along with it. And I've used that, right? That flash, that scene. I hope you know that scene because it's really good. It's really powerful, right? And he's like, launch Vipers, right? That's really powerful. But James everyone always does this turn of acting where it's like, you can see him like he breaks inside a little bit and says no, right? So I've been in that situation a couple of times over the last few years, right? And I look back, on those times and go, yeah, I still end up with the same math, right? like even knowing like the shitstorm that it caused me. I mean, like my God, it really blew up my life more than once, right? But still, what can you do? You got to do the right thing, mate. I don't know. It's like so. If I could not do that, if I could let things go, my life would be quite a bit better. But I just don't understand the idea. I don't understand the concept of being of cowardice, right? The concept of like, well, that's obviously wrong. How can you capitulate? Like Big Finish, I don't understand. I understand if you're a license holder, BBC says you have to excise John Barrowman, right? Then you got no choice. You either have that or you can say I'm out of the business, and that's an option. If the principal thing is saying I'm not going along with it, you can say I'm out the BBC licensee business. That means that folds up your entire. But you could do that. That indeed is your choice. But basically, if they say John Barrowman's got to go, John Barrowman's got to go. But if it's an internet mob doing it, saying James Dreyfus got to go, I don't understand the capitulation, right? I don't understand how you can't go no. Put your foot down and go. There's no way. No, I'm not. I don't care what the consequence is. But clearly they did, which is really strange. Let me go back to the chat. There's a bunch of people missed. Why was Dreyfus cancelled? Because what he just said, he supported J.K. Rowling, right? That was really it. And he was playing the master in some Big Finish audios, and then when they did Masterful, they clearly shoehorned in a replacement. They should have just recast, quite frankly. I've seen friends drawn so deeply into the far left that there's nothing in common with anymore, says Liam Gaunt. Nothing flouncy or melodramatic, just becoming alienated from another is so true. Look, honestly, the first thing the far left makes you do is lose your sense of humor. You hate humor. You hate taking the piss out of things. That's the worst thing ever, right? That is absolutely the worst thing ever. And you just see it. Whoever can't laugh at anything, they're normally the arseholes, right? They're normally arseholes. So I'm just going back through the chat. Mark Trotman, I'm not sure I said hello to. How you doing? Says Sellers' Fu Manchu was okay. I mean, you can't cancel Peter Sellers. The only reason he hasn't been cancelled because they don't know about it. They know about it, they'll cancel him, right? He can't be the second Doctor in the Amicus comics. Otherwise, he can't be the second Doctor in Amicus. Yeah, listen, there's this big thing on to cancel the Russell T Davies era in general right now. Like John Barrowman, it's a disparaging story by Billy Piper, sort of, not really. Arsenal Ranger Chris, how you doing, Arsenal Ranger Chris? Spurs man myself, so although I have to tell you, oh man, it killed my poor father, right? He got me and my sister, and this was in the 70s, season tickets to White Hart Lane to see just before I was religious, right? We went every week. I didn't really like it. I found it kind of boring, right? I liked the fry up we went to beforehand sometimes, and I like the Kinder Egg that he gave me. But he was like gets upset that we weren't into it. I just wasn't into it. So there you go. I would write the Time War where the Doctor starts out as somebody younger, more optimistic than John Hurt. Well, I think that's what they're supposed to do, says Kevin Donner. I think that's basically the plan with the War Doctor Begins. Right, I think that that's where they're going. But I think they could really, I think that's something they could really do, an interested animated movie, like a 90-minute War Doctor one. Honestly, I think the BBC might be up for that right now. Right, I don't know. I'm not with the BBC where it is, because they're morons. Oswald Biscuits, I'm not sure if I said hello to you. How you doing? I think I said hello. Stephen Amara, I'm sure I said hello to you. I think you're the last one to say hello to. Very good. Okay. I think yeah. There's a couple of articles I was going to get to here. I'm going to show you the articles I was going to get to. But I'm kind of hungry now. I want to go eat. But here, let me show you what we got coming up with Screen Rant. Those wonderful scouts at Screen Rant. You know what? I'll put these both up as videos tomorrow and Saturday. Doctor Who, I'll tell you. This typing that in is always giving you gold. Oh, there's a new one now. Okay. Doctor Who, the Doctor's original origin story didn't feature the Time Lords. We know that. They were introduced 3 years later. Okay, so that's one video, right? How long is this? Let's see how long this article is. You're so dumb. What? Yeah, I understand. It evolved from what it was. Oh, I think that might be a video. Okay, that's just so stupid. You got to read. Doctor Who, pre-Hunter Doctors are always part of the plan. Really? No, they weren't. The time story. Okay, this is another video. William Hartman was supposed to be the third incarnation tool. Where they pulling this from? Fine. They're clutching at straws. We'll do that and take the piss out of them. Yeah. Why Doctor should regenerate weekly after Whittaker. That was my story, my head story. The Infinity Doctors, which is what they want to do. Which is the idea is that this is okay. I'll do this tomorrow, right? I'll put this out as a video tomorrow. This one has some meat on it. The Infinity Doctors. This was really like that. What I was going to do as Lisa. She's so useless as a doctor. I mean, what is that expression? I don't understand how you're so crap in this role. It blows my mind. It just blows my damn mind. Oh, hey, Liam Nelson Chin's here. I'm going, mate. Okay, I'm going. I got to have dinner. I'm hungry. It's like 8:45. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm a bit peckish. So there you go. So that's we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to do I think I might do all three of those tomorrow. Right? I'll come in. I'll knock all three out in the morning. We'll put them out over Saturday and Sunday. I got some other content ready to roll as well. What else do I have to? Hopefully, I'll finish listening to the second Doctor box set, the Sarah Jane story. Damn, why would they? Again, that one character, the sergeant, they put the girl sergeant, just dumb. It was just a dumb idea. Fine, I'm clicking the end broadcast button. I'm going to click it again.